The section.
He put him through the wall. Like literally.
The wrong wall.
Right, and it was
the real
wall, not a fake wall.
It was
broke in the hotel. We panicked, and this was after they wanted to throw us out.
The hotel was like, "You do one more thing, you're out." So
put a butt through a wall.
I threw him through the wall, and there was a huge hole that looked like Bugs Bunny from Looney Tunes.
Put your hands together for the cast and crew of Stream, everybody. Mike Leavy, Wesley, Charles, Liana, Jason, Don't Care, Jamie. No, Marcus, I love you, buddy. Not at all. If they were smart, they'd turn off my microphone.
You're not supposed to do that.
Wow.
To Mike's.
No, I don't.
Get him out of here.
I hate everybody.
All right. Did everybody enjoy your brain scan that we just did of you? So, all right, before we get to the questions, for those who don't know everybody on the stage, let's start off at the end. Everybody just introduce yourself and the role you played in the production.
Hello, everybody. My name's Jason Leavy. I'm the director, writer, I'm player one and one of the producers and also one of the writers.
Hi, my name is Wesley Holloway, and I played Kevin in Stream.
My name is Michael Leavy, director, and Brad, I was going to say exterminator, but this isn't Terrifier. Yeah, boo, wow! Brad, the maintenance man.
Hey guys, my name is Charles Edwin Powell. I played Roy Keenan.
Hi, my name is Liana Pirraglia, and I am player 3.
Hi, I'm Marcus Slabine. I was one of the producers, also the production designer of Stream. I hate you, Pete.
Are you done? Yeah. Hey guys, I'm Jamie Root. I'm one of the producers and the assistant director for Stream.
All right, so I'm gonna start us off with a few questions, kind of warm things up, but nobody wants to hear what I have to say. So I'm gonna start off with a few questions, and then we will open it up to the audience. So, Michael, I want to start with you. What is your earliest memory of this particular project coming together?
It had to be around 2014 or 2015, actually. We were shooting a movie called Penance Lane in Georgia. And we were working on that horror film, and we were on location for like a little over a month. And it was there that the idea of seclusion kind of came, and I wanted to do something, and I spoke it over with Jason and Steve Delasala, our other writing and producing partner, about doing something with a family in one location. And that's kind of the start of it. And then for some reason I had this scene, which never even ended up in the movie, of this family driving to like a hotel, and it was just like, I don't know where it goes. And then it was like 2015, 2016, where the cryptocurrency thing kind of popped. And it was like, oh, this is interesting, technology, and it's kind of scary because it's new. And so it was like, yeah, let's kind of make a slasher film that deals with modern, the modern day kind of stuff. And again, what's the best thing of horror? It's movies that kind of exploit our safe spaces. And right now, everyone uses technology. We feel safe doing it, but then at the same token, it's like, who's on the other end? Is the government listening to me? So that was kind of like the start of it all.
Awesome. So Jason, we're gonna start with you, and we're gonna go down the road. Now, with you, other than having the same last name as this guy, I'd like to hear from each of you how you got involved in the film Stream.
Well, my guarantee was very, very high at first, so I declined the project. No, I'm kidding. How I got involved, I mean, we were all brainstorming with him when we were in Georgia, and we really wanted to make a really cool horror film, that really wanted to go back to those 80s roots too, just like almost like what we do with Terrifier. But we wanted to really get invested in the characters, and we wanted to flesh out some of the character development. And we always wanted, me and Michael would see these films with these all-star horror cast people. And we're like, they're always, just in and out. They never get to feed off each other. They never get to act off each other. And we thought that a lot of the fans were kind of robbed by that. So we wanted to create a movie where we bring in all these horror icons like Jeffrey Combs and Dee Wallace and Tony Todd and Tim Curry. And we wanted them to all play off each other and actually have screen time. And we wanted to make an all-star horror cast, so that's what was like the whole gist of it, of how we wanted to come up with Stream and how we visualize it. And then we just went into the writing process and had a lot of fun with it. And then the rest is history.
I was in Terrifier 2, and I had an amazing time working with these guys, so I got an audition for Stream. And I think it was the scene at the end was for my audition, and the video game scene. And I had a great time, and I got the part, and yeah, the rest is history,
When we met him on Terrifier, and he had that great scene, the serial kid, the commercial, and we were like, this kid's a star. And even Damien said it. Damien was like, we're upset the role's not bigger because he's so good. And again, we had Stream kind of on the shelf. We were trying to figure it out and develop it. So again, we wrote it before our involvement with the Terrifier franchise, and we had that there, and we talked about it, me and Jay and Steve. We were like, he might be cool for the kid. And, we didn't really say anything. We were just like, let's see where it goes. And then, sent him the audition, and he rocked it, knocked it out of the park. He was really was the only option,
Pretty simple. I was submitted on the part, and I auditioned, and they eventually said yes. Eventually. Eventually.
And I'll say this about Charlie. If anyone has any projects or anything, he hasn't done acting, in a long time since his role?
Before the role.
Before the role,
Before this, I'd stepped aside. When my kids were born, I stepped aside for about 13 years to just be a dad for a while. And once they got to that age where they just needed a credit card on their telephone, and not so much me, I told my wife, I said, I'm thinking about getting back in the business. And as I'm doing that, COVID hits. So it gave me time to understand what this new term that I had never heard of called self-tapes. That didn't really exist when I was still working. So it gave me time to sort of learn the process and learn how to do it. And fairly early on was one of my auditions that I did with these guys. And I submitted and kind of didn't hear back for quite some time.
But what was the cool part, just before we get to Liana, was that when we were casting Roy, we were like, this is a really tough part to cast because it's a middle-aged guy, right? Where it's either for actors, it's like you're either huge at that point or you're no good. Because it's just like, then why are you not known? Like Tom Cruise, so we're like, we really need somebody who was, acting and then kind of for some weird reason just left and then come back. This was the conversation. And it was him. It was like we put it in the atmosphere, and it was like, he wanted to, have a family and all those things. So and thank God you did, because we would never be able to afford you had you stayed with it. I mean, he's that good. And, so it was an interesting how it all kind of came together.
And the best thing was that his first acting gig coming out after 13 years, we put him to the ringer. He was doing his own stunts. We broke his back a couple of times, but he's a real trooper.
And he never complained once, honestly. The most down-to-earth human being ever, so.
That's nice. I met Michael, Jason, and Steve, and Marcus on a different set, I think in 2018. And they're so hardworking on this set, and they were just I feel like you were there helping out friends. And I could see that they were really good people to work with, so we stayed in contact, and they thought that I'd be good as player 3, and that's how it happened.
All right, we'll skip you.
You're so funny, Todd. So I knew, we kind of recently met Michael and Steve and Jay on another film we all worked on for a buddy of ours, Justin Ambrosino, and we were all doing each other's films, helping each other out, and we kind of, we clicked. We were huge horror fans, and when Michael reached out one day and was like, hey, look, we got this idea for this film Stream, and we'd love to have you come in and and help us with it and whatnot. And I met up, and they sent me a script, and I read it, and it was just, I just knew right from the script it was just going to be something different and awesome. So I hopped on, and they've been stuck with me ever since.
All right. And Jamie.
Thank you, Pete.
Are you done?
How much did you pay him to clap for everything
For
you said?
everything.
Wow, dude, ask for more money.
That's Pete Fulmer. He's literally the best. I am done.
I met the guys, Jay and Mike and Steve, back in 2014. We worked on a horror film that I came on not knowing anybody, and we just ended up vibing. And then they asked me a couple months before the shoot for Stream. They're like, "Hey, do you want to assistant direct?" And I was like, "What does that mean?" And Steve was like, "You basically already do it because you make your own movie, like you make your own films and stuff." So I was like, "All right, I'll give it a shot." And here I am.
And for anybody that doesn't know, is that the assistant director has to be very, very organized and has to do anything she asks of her. And Jamie's a really, really hard worker and very organized, unlike the rest of us. So we needed someone on set with that type of capability. So she was very good.
And then she said never again, and then she ends up assisting directing with me on Terrifier 3.
And then I said never again.
And then she said never again, and now she's talking about assistant directing if there's a Stream 2. So it's like really interesting.
It's an endless black hole.
She's
for
like,
her.
what the
We all
hell's
just
going on?
learned something today.
She'll keep doing it.
Very good. So, all right, we'll start on this end with you this time, Jamie. What's your favorite on-set memory from Stream?
Ones that I can talk about?
Listen, we're all among friends here, so
Honestly, it's really hard to pick just one because, I mean, there's a lot of filmmakers here. I'm sure you guys know that working on a film set, there are long hours, minimal sleep, like you are working your butts off. So, tensions get high and stuff, and just being together and having us like work through any issues and just having so much fun together while still obviously staying on schedule as best as possible. I mean, I have like memories from like my like photo albums from it being like 5 a.m. and we're like delusionally tired and just like freezing and jumping around and dancing just to stay like awake and sane, and like we had a really good time. Honestly, it was a really good experience, and we were able to kind of see the strength and fortitude, mental fortitude that all of us sort of have here.
Marcus, how about you?
So one of my memories, I'm going to try to keep it spoiler free because I don't know if everyone's seen it, but it was one of the nights where we did one of the crazy kills. And what happened was that we had shot almost the entire scene, and then Damien was still doing like punching hair for the head and all this stuff. And we had shot for like 14, 15 hours, and then like Michael's came over and was like, "Hey guys, look, we're gonna be down for 3 hours. You guys can all go to bed or do whatever." And and we all went upstairs, we're all hanging out, drinking, talking, playing video games and whatnot. When we came back down, it was like late. They didn't even want to tell us. They were like, "Look, we don't need anybody. We just need a couple people just to do it." And every single person on the crew, every person was down there watching this. It was like, I think it was on the 22nd hour straight that we'd all been going, and every person was in the room just to see this effect happen, just to see this all, the scene. And I looked around the room and I realized like this is one of the coolest, most like family orientated like sets. And I knew like at that moment I was like, these are the people I want to make films with for the rest of my life. So.
I think one of my favorite scenes was doing the tic-tac-toe board scene because I think it was just like so realistic looking, and Damien did such a good job with it, and just like, I don't know, he was just making it come to life in person. So I liked seeing his talent unfold in person.
There are quite a few things that I could share, most of which I don't want to embarrass anybody up here. But one night, one day, no, I'm not. I'm going to go a different direction. One of my favorite memories of the film was when there's a scene where Mark, who plays the big killer, throws me up through the ceiling. And Bobby, I wish Bobby was here because he could elaborate a little bit more about it. He was in charge of the stunt coordinating. And he asked me that day, he said, "Do you want to do your own stunts?" And I said, "Well, sure, what do I need to do?" He goes, "They're going to put you in a harness and we're going to pull you up through the ceiling. It'll probably take a couple hours." So we did. Around the 7-hour mark, we were still being pulled up through the ceiling. And we finally wrapped that scene about 9 hours later. And it was one of those days where Bobby's looking at me, he's going, I said it was be 2 hours, we're 8 hours into it. But every single person, every single camera angle that I saw looked phenomenal. And this was long before the effects even got touched. So to be able to actually do your own stunts, they're allowing me to do my own stunts, first of all. And then seeing just the roll, the MOS stuff was fantastic, and that's one of the memories. But I'll let it go there.
I mean, yeah, Charlie really was a trooper. And one of my best memories, again, this was during COVID. So in general, you know, it was really crazy times, right? We're not doing anything. And how lucky we all were to be able to work on a movie and get it done. Nobody gets sick and kind of escape the craziness that was going on in the world. And my brother as well is huge Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans, and that was the year they won the Super Bowl. So we were supposed to leave set for a few days. We had off, and we were supposed to leave set to go and then obviously get tested and come back and all that stuff to be safe. We were going to go to the game, or at least go down to Florida to try to see it. And we got snowed in because we were shooting in Gettysburg. So it really sucked that happened, but the cast and the crew threw this huge Super Bowl party for us. And again, we've all been quarantined together for like weeks at this point, so like we're all there, and you know, so it was nice to be able to be together in this space, know you're safe, and like the love that they shared for us. And then seeing my brother jump through the table and break it when they won, and then see Phil on the bellhop. I mean, wait a minute.
Video's online. Video is online.
The hotel we're not supposed to.
Yeah, the part of the hotel we're not supposed to be in. No, yeah, we had a really good time, and it's just those memories, like when you make a film that you'll never forget. And most of the time, it's the stuff that's not on the screen that happens behind the camera that makes the stuff on the screen pop even more because you could see all the fun that we were having.
My favorite time on set, besides working with these amazing people and people that I watch in horror movies, was I had a birthday on set, and it was during an all-nighter, and it was fun because we all worked through it, and it was a great memory, and also my birthday. So, yes,
I think that was the same day I kicked you to the fridge.
Yeah, that was.
Happy birthday, buddy.
It was. Great birthday gift, yeah.
And then you get to meet Tony Todd, who's somebody that like you really idolized.
I drove. We weren't even in the scene, but we drove back, and we just really wanted to meet him, and I'm very glad and lucky that I did get to meet him. So those were some of my best memories.
As for memories, I really can't just pick just one, because when you work with people that you consider family, and we try to keep the same people, you know, with us and with every film we make, because it's just such an easy transition. When you enjoy working with people that, you know, that are very hardworking and you could tell anything to. I mean, I work with my brother. I've been doing it ever since I was a kid, you know, running around. Everyone would play Manhunt and play Ding Dong Ditch, but me and him would make spoof movies with our mother's video camera and steal it when she was looking for it to film birthday parties. We're filming Back to the Future spoofs, but when you work with people that you grow to love and the friendships that are gained, that's the most important thing in filmmaking and being creative. And to have people like that on your side with you as you go through this journey is very rewarding. So every memory was, you know, really good. Except when I fought with him most of the time. Told him to go fuck himself a little bit.
Yeah,
but then we're good.
By the way, Michael, apparently he only considers you family.
Right.
So I
see him way too much.
All right, so I could go on and on, but I am a big fan of audience interaction, so I am sure that you guys have questions. So I'm going to swing it over to the audience. Anybody have any questions? Right here in the front.
So, you know the three people in the hotel that one ends up as a tic-tac board? Is that intended as a polycule or people just playing around? Out of curiosity. Is that a triad or is that just a part?
I think it's a party, honestly. Yeah, it's funny, the way that came up was that again, the movie is very game based. Obviously, they're playing a game, and we were thinking of like, how cool would it be to kind of take a kid's game and use it in the most brutal way possible. And so that's like where that kind of came from. And again, you know, it's fun. Like, we all love slashers here, we all love horror movies, but like, don't you want a reason sometimes where you're like, well, why is the killer taking so long to stalk them? Why are they not killing them here? And we're like, well, this makes sense now because they're watching this happen and they get more style points for the craziest kill or the you know, the scare before the kill. So we like that we gave every kill that there was a reason for all of these things to happen, and that was something that I was really excited about because again there was reasonings as to why this is all happening, whereas a lot of other films it's kind of could get silly. So.
Anybody else? Look over here.
Charles, did you get very close or actually hit David with Wesley's legs in that one scene in the kitchen?
I think I actually did. I mean, there's something called a camera cheat where you just kind of set the camera at a certain angle and then you can miss somebody by 1.5 feet and it still looks like you're knocking the hell out of them. But again, you get in the moment, people kind of aren't hitting marks, and that could have been me, or it could have been me. And but it was very effective. And whatever it was.
Well, when they were fighting, the two of them,
in the other section.
he put him through the wall. Like literally,
the wrong wall.
Right, and it was
the real
wall, not a fake wall.
It was
broke in the
not
hotel. We panicked, and this was after they wanted to throw us
The
out.
hotel was like, you do one more thing, you're out. So
Put a butt through a
I
wall.
threw him through the wall, and there was a huge hole that looked like Bugs Bunny from Looney Tunes.
So you heard the whole thing go, and then we went to like some maintenance guy who lived down the hallway and knocked on his door. We're like, hey, we'll throw you some extra bucks
Fix
to
it
fix
by the
this
morning.
wall by the morning before the owners get in. And he did. He did it, and I think Phil was like helping him like spackle the wall or something, painting it. The owner never knew. So hi.
Not until now.
And it made the movie. It's in the movie actually.
All right. Anybody else? Yeah, Heather. Hold on. I was just given some specific instructions.
So everyone can hear. Hi guys, I'm Heather Drew. My question is, what was your favorite day on set or your favorite scene to shoot?
Interesting.
One of the coolest days for me personally, it didn't involve any of the people on the stage. Is when we got to work with Tim Curry. Like for me, that was really cool to get him involved in the project for sure. And that was fun. But the favorite scene to shoot, I think, was maybe honestly the arcade scene. Because I remember looking over, again, this was that night we were shooting, and like everybody stayed to see this kill happen. It was like the first big kill with Dave Sheridan. And everybody stayed, right, like Marcus said, and we're having a great time. But the best part about it was then you look over and like there's this giant bag of trash. And it was Jamie in the trash bag, just sitting there, not wanting to be covered in blood, waiting to get like the B camera shot. And we're like, "What is this?" She's like, "It's me. I'm here. It's okay. This is my home now."
I'm pretty sure she fell asleep.
Yeah, we have some DTS stuff.
I was freezing. That hotel was so cold.
But like
You
you
didn't want to
said,
leave the bag though.
No, because the bag was insulating me, and the camera was hot because it was running. So it was, it was a nice little cozy trash bag house.
So now every set we have a trash bag handy in case she needs it in cold weather.
I mean, as you can see, like every day was like so much fun working with them. And obviously I was kidding about it was cool to work with Tim, but like obviously, it was a really great time working with everybody and so many amazing, funny stories that maybe one day we'll tell in a documentary or something that we can actually, when we're old and we don't got to worry about our careers anymore.
We don't have to worry about getting sued.
Another great thing I will say too is we had some really, really talented actors, and even like the bigger names are horror icons like Jeffrey Combs and Danielle Harris. They were all so down to earth, and they really wanted to do this film and really wanted to succeed. And you could tell with that they weren't too pompous or anything like that, but they were just ready, willing to do anything, and they really put their heart and souls into it. And doing the scene with Danielle, like the killing scene that we did with the barbed wire, she's like, "Come on, Jay, go harder." And I was like, "Oh, okay, whatever." But she was really a trooper that night, and she said anything to make it look realistic, I'm down to do. And that was with every actor we did, especially with Francis. What's his name? Francis, what's
Mark Holden.
Mark Holden.
What's his name?
Love Mark too, but he was tied to a chair for at least 3 hours, and he wanted to just get some water.
He doesn't know this. Damien tells the story. So this was when the Bucks won the Super Bowl, right? So like there were playoff games happening as we're shooting. So the Bucks were playing the Saints, and we were shooting Mark Holton's kill scene with Jeffrey Combs. Jeff had wrapped his stuff, and Mark was still tied to the chair, which I forgot. And the Bucks were doing their driving down the field, winning, and like I'm watching it on a monitor to the side as we got the monitor for the movie, and I'm like getting caught up. And poor Mark is just strapped in the chair, waiting for me to yell action or something. And he turns to Damien. He goes, "Damien goes, is there anything I can get you?" He goes, "Yeah, you can get me Michael, so we could fire this rocket and shoot this scene. What the hell are we doing?" So that was fun. Yeah.
Anybody? Audience, next question. Yep, all right.
Oh, God.
Well, I hesitate.
It does.
I hesitate. No.
This is going to be a bad
They won't pick it up.
mistake.
No, but
Just kidding. Anyway, will we see a players fight over points in the next one? Say if they rip the player or a contestant apart in half?
Are you asking to be in the movie?
Yes, I am.
Look, here's the deal: obviously there's a fan base that's growing for it, like we did with Terrifier, and hopefully it continues to. Terrifier is lightning in a bottle. Obviously, hopefully we tend to trend in that direction, or at least half as successful as that. But it's really up to you guys. It's up to the fan base. We're hoping to do it. Right now it seems like that might be able to happen, but we need your help to continue to spread the word, to tell your friends, to rate it on Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb and Letterboxd and all that fun stuff. Because again, we're totally independent, filmmakers. There's no studio behind us, as you've seen with the Terrifier films and now Stream, and that's how we're able to continue doing more cool stuff. So I can't stress it enough, and if we can do that, then we can get to do a second one. We have some great ideas that we're really, really excited to do, and just like we did with Terrifier 2 to Terrifier 3, you saw it got bigger and bigger and more crazier. That's our hope to do with Stream, and hopefully, we can jump, instead of going from Terrifier 1 to 2, we can go Terrifier 1 to 3, which, like that kind of jump. Hopefully, but all we can do is just rely on you guys, and you guys have been amazing, so just keep spreading the word and telling everybody about it, and then maybe we could do something. We have some great ideas you're going to love.
I have one more question for Marcus. Are you a virgin?
No.
Thank you.
All right, I think we had another question over here. All right. Don't you love it when the audience thinks they're part of the panel?
What inspired the amazing use of color and light in every scene? It's so colorful and beautiful in every scene.
Only Steve was.
That was, really what I know what it was. It was about making it like it was a game, you know what I mean? And like very showy and very flashy, and we wanted the contrast. And that's what was funny. A lot of people that understand it. This is a modern slasher, right? And so we didn't want it to have that film look completely. We wanted to have a little bit of that film look, because obviously slashers were born in the 80s, like really good, 70s and 80s. And we wanted to have a cleaner look because we wanted that kind of digital, kind of feel to it. And again, that's why things are brighter. That's why things are more contrast and sharper, because we wanted it to feel like it was a video game. So that's where a lot of that came from. And then obviously the players' colors. That was like the multiplayer thing in, Xbox or PlayStation, where it was red, green, yellow, blue, blue, green, yellow, red. And so that's what we did with Stream. All the colors, all the players were there. And it's like, okay, they have colors. Let's kind of exaggerate that. And then we went with the magenta and the ice colors for Lockwood and his lair, because again, that was just, to us, just felt, cryptocurrency, felt techie, felt more modern, so. Exactly.
All right. Any more questions from the audience? All right.
This question is for Charlie. How does it feel to officially have a hot dad fan club?
Best question of the day.
What color red am I turning right now? It's fun. I'm internally grateful for the fan support. Far be it from me to disagree, but it's been a lot of fun, and my wife keeps me humble, especially when that hashtag pops up. And I do constantly remind her that it was brought up occasionally, but yeah. No, I appreciate the question, and I'm gonna go sit behind the curtain now. Hang on.
When I saw that, the hashtag hot dad or hashtag final dad and all that stuff, so cool. So cool, so cool. So you deserve every bit of it. You really do. You're great. Just Charlie one more time, guys, please. Just...
All right, I think we have time for one more audience question. All right, young lady in the front right here, you are the lucky winner.
How did you decide all of the players' death scenes?
It goes by who we don't like first, and then I'm kidding. Oh wait, Liana. She got first. That's screwed up. No,
she's sitting right here.
No. But we wanted Liana to go out with her fight because she was so good at doing these kicks and these cartwheels, and she wanted to do her own stunts. So we wanted to put them both together and do this big badass.
I remember we kept talking. Can you kick? And she's like, "Can I kick?" And she did this crazy I can't even do
cartwheels.
And we're like, we're throwing that in the movie, and I remember we were like, how high can you get? How high can I get? And she was up into the ceiling. It was unbelievable.
I couldn't do that if I even tried. It would be.
I did just try, and I definitely can't do it.
I think we should see you both try.
No, so she's unbelievable, and that was so cool to be able, first of all, that you have that training, you have that talent, and to be able to incorporate that. Her physical skills into the movie, not only obviously her talented acting skills, but to have that. So she had the whole package, which is why she made sense for player 3. How did you die? Oh, off screen, because we didn't want to really give you the glory.
Yeah, so I was disliked the most.
And then who else died? Mark. Well, with him, it was that was the turning point. Player, what?
Mark got shot in the back.
Right. Well, the thing with him was that we wanted to have the shock value of you think you're going to kill the hero, and then all of a sudden it's bang, and that also helped us with the twist of the film, too, of what eventually happens.
All right, I think you had a question over here, right? Or does the dog have a question?
I don't know if she'll get it out right away, but my question's for Liliana, and if I say your name wrong, I apologize. But how does it feel to be pretty much the only female villain in the movie?
I like that aspect of it. I like being the only girl. I can bring my own feminine flair to the character. And I wasn't sure how I was going to do it, but then the first day on set with David Howard Thornton, I was kind of playing off his whimsical energy, and I liked his style. So then I was channeling a little bit of Harley Quinn, a little bit of clown energy that David had. And yeah, I liked being the only girl. Made it unique.
And now she's a fan favorite. I mean, how much of a badass is she? It's...
And I love the costumes that everyone has on. It's the best to see it.
Very cool. All right, and then I think, go right here.
How did you guys come up with the masks? Masks are so iconic. You have Scream and Jason and Freddy and everyone. How did you guys end up picking the mask, and why did you choose it?
So the funny part about the mask is we kind of wanted to do the opposite of what was established. So if you go back, Michael Myers, Jason, just starting off, they're white. So we said, okay, we're going to go dark with them. They're rubber for Michael, right? And Ghostface was white and rubber. So it was okay, let's go hard. Let's go carbon fiber. Let's go something that's a little more modern and techie. So it feels, like it could have wires in it and things. And again, Killers, the mask where Ghostface was no teeth, open mouth, but nothing. And Michael was a closed mouth. Jason had no mouth, so it was okay, let's show the teeth, let's show the mouth. So it really was just kind of doing the opposite of what was there. And then obviously they all have their eyes. They're black, or some of the movies you might see the actors' eyes come through. But we were we kind of wanted our actors' eyes to come through even more so. And we were because there's a lot of emotion you can do. Obviously David Howard Thornton's very expressive, Liana, Jay, and Mark Haynes. We were if we light the eyes, you'll really see them, but again, in that color, that tech, that modern stuff that came through there. So it really was, once we started putting those pieces together, then we formed these things that just ended up looking so cool and so different that you see it, oh, that's from Stream. And that's not easy to do, so there was a lot of thought process that kind of went into that, and I'm pretty proud of how they're heavy, and they are, and I'm very proud of how they turned out. I'm glad you guys like them.
Excellent. Thank you. All right. We only have a few minutes left. So, Jason, I'm going to start with you. Any final words you'd like to share with the fans before we wrap things up?
I just want to say to all the fans that supported us, ever since we started making films. I always say this, that every con that we go to, I've been to Comic-Con, I've been to all these, comedy shows and everything else, but horror fans are like no other. And they'll let you know when something's really great, and then they'll let you know when something's not so great. But that's when you have to fix and, become a chameleon and change your ways to appease the fans, because I grew up watching horror films too. Like me and my brother Mike, we would be watching Barney when we were kids. My mom would throw on, here you go, Pennywise, have fun, sleeping. So we are horror fans, and we make movie for horror fans, and we appreciate you guys so much, more than you know, and the reason why we're doing this is for you guys, because we are you guys, but I appreciate it.
Thank you guys all for supporting Stream, and if you haven't seen it, go see it, and tell your friends to go see it, and everybody worked really hard on Stream, and everybody is so deserving of the success it's got, and yeah.
Just kind of what I reiterated before, what everyone else is saying here. Hopefully, we thank you first and foremost for enjoying the film and even being here to listen to us talk about it. That's so cool. And hopefully, we can do a sequel and just keep spreading the word and talking about it and, rating it and all that good stuff. And, also thank you to the amazing cast and crew that we have. And I'm so lucky that I could look good because they're the best. And you know what I mean? Like, you hire people around you that are better than you. And fortunately enough, I've had a lot of those people. So, yeah.
Just to piggyback off of what these guys were saying, independent cinema needs people to be in the seats so we can continue to do what we do. We need you to do what you do, and for that we say thank you very much. Your support, not only going to the cinema on limited releases, is so important. It's not lost on us. We understand that you could do anything you want to do during the day with your money, and you took time out to buy a ticket to go see the limited release, and we appreciate that. It's not lost on us, believe me. Everybody up here knows that. On a separate note, this was my first horror convention, and I've had a fantastic time. I'm hoping to do a lot more conventions. So we'll see what the future holds, but you guys were fantastic, and thank you to everybody here at New Jersey HorrorCon. It was amazing. Thank you.
It was also my first HorrorCon, and everyone made it so special. Everyone came and said hi to me. That was so nice. I can't wait to keep doing more, and I can't wait. It's been great, so thank you.
Wow.
Look at how Marcus settles in, like he's about to tell us a 500-page
I should
book.
sit down. Like, here we go.
I hope everyone has time. Marcus gets 4 lines.
Years old. No. I'll keep it somewhat short. Look. As everyone's saying, it's because of you guys that we're able to keep making films. Going back with Terrifier, with Stream, anything. It's because you guys have shown up. You guys have shown the support, the love, and everything. And one of the things that we're doing is we're doing a contest where if you send in a picture of yourself or of you with Stream, with like a picture of you with any of the fans or anything like that, or any of us, or like even or like Stream shirts or anything, send it to this email. It's streamfranchise@fuzzinthelens.com. We are putting all the photos onto the Blu-ray on a special feature for you guys, just to kind of a way for us to say thank you for you guys all showing up, for doing the cosplays, for coming out, for making Stream actually, what Stream is becoming. And
make sure they do it this week, because we're closing it out.
Yes, it is closing very, very, very soon.
Because that's also why the DVD, and we get a lot of questions about the DVDs, the Blu-rays, and all that stuff, is when is it coming out? Is the manufacturers are waiting for us to send the Blu-ray stuff over, and we delayed it a little bit to get those footage and pictures and stuff, because we just really wanted to say thank you, so
please send it in by the end of this week, no later. And it's closed. But yes, thank you guys.
Jamie, I know you wanted to say a few words, so the floor is yours.
Thank you. Again, that email is streamfranchise@fuzzinthelens.com. I just wanted to acknowledge the fact that we are so lucky and so blessed to have found a crew and cast that is so like just so able to work with each other in difficult circumstances, and everyone has directed, everyone's edited, so we've all worn so many different hats that we all are able to bounce ideas off of each other, and I think that makes what we have really special, and I'm really looking forward to see what we can come up with. And because of you, I mean, we wouldn't be able to do we're making movies with our best friends. It's like what better life, you know? So thank you guys so much for allowing us to be able to do that.
All right, one more round of applause for the cast and crew of Stream, everybody.
Thank you.
This is Ray Santiago, and you're watching Fandom Spotlight. Please watch, like, and subscribe, or else we'll find you and you'll die.